This one is for Chad, the very special guy to me who has everything I need for being common. And I just really wanted to say, there were so many things that I was just like looking for. What is it that makes me special too? And what is it that makes me worth having you close to me? Uh, I am really just like looking for this area where I can make enough changes to be able to stay where I'm at. Because it seems like I was just like looking all around and I was just like, so it's not really an illusion because I can see where I'm going. I know what I'm doing, but it's just like, uh, what my image of like what things look like and how they appear to me is just like so confusing. I was looking at this like, oh, I need to say like I still will be your girlfriend. And I'm just like, yeah, you know the whole story. We're engaged. We've been engaged for a year. We're gonna keep being engaged until we're married. And it's just like, yeah, so I'm just like, why did I have to say that? Why do I have to like come back to that as an answer for when somebody asks me to do something questionable with them? And I'm just like, okay, so was I really even in a skillful moment when I was like meditating on that? There was something that was like very tough for me to get past. I'm just like, this hasn't been tough on me to be with you. Like, this is just like the easiest answer is just like I slip into the stream, and then like the second that I have a connection or I go to like channeling, I'm like very aware that I am like supposed to be wifely and I'm supposed to be a good Christian, and I'm just like that pretty much wraps it all up right there, you know? But like uh it's like why should we ask for the wrapping paper? You know, I am just like with these things like yeah, so I had a roommate. Does that mean that I have to like start dating them and start like being best buddies with them? I mean, it's just like we did those things, but like if you're gonna go and move it out of the way, then like what's the point in asking for something to be like continue in that way and to like make more progress and to like try to be better people for each other where we improve, where it's just like you're happy with who I am, you know? And so I'm just like, what travel do I need? And you're just like, well, if I was talking about the spirits and it's just like, yeah, but like we already know like our parents made a mess and we're the ones who moved out of the way and left that place. And so I'm just like, you have like so much of my dedication and I'm just like what we have is shared, and so I'm just like, you know what, like all this like, oh, I could still be a girlfriend, like I'm still like what comes of that really? But it's just like, do you want to know the details of when he was like making out with me and when we were in bed? And I'm just like, do you have like, are you there yet? Like, where you? I'm just like, no, I don't really think you're there. Like, I don't think you're like asking for me to like have like this sexy drama, you know, and just like, it's just it seems so like I don't want to call myself silly or naive for saying that sort of thing, but it's really just like I was just trying to read the cards. I was just trying to like see like what is the fortune and what is like the opportunity, and just like I already got all the best of that, you know? I did, and it's time for me to just like be calm with what I have. And it's just like if I get excited, if I get action packed, like are you still gonna be cool with that? Like I'm just like yeah. So I know like a lot of what we've been doing is just making it very slow and taking it like as time allows us to have that. And it's just like I just was like, should I really be saying this? I don't know, but like I wanted to apologize for looking at you as someone who's doing things a lot more fully and a lot more business-like. And then I was just like, do I need to sell myself over to this other guy who was my roommate? And I'm just like, you know what? This is just like, uh, I'm either gonna take the hit or I'm gonna take uh the cover of nature. And I'm just like, okay, this is just like, I got cover from you. I did. Like, you put my name on your truck, and I'm like, don't get freaked out about that. Oh my gosh. Just like, what? It's just like, so it just feels like you want to act like you've been knowing me forever. And I am just like, so maybe there is something worth that to us in that, and just like, okay, so when I come out of this like foolishness and I come out of this just like people judging me the wrong way, I'm just like, I felt like I don't want to say that I was trapped, but like when I went to go like escape from this like terrible person, it's just like you didn't know him, I didn't know him. Like this guy, we're just like talking about his name because it's like we're trying to like fix what was broken about like there was this human in society that didn't know how to act in it. And I'm just like, yeah, so uh if there's ever a time where we drop the ball on him, it's just like who knows if he'll celebrate, and it's just like, yeah. So uh it just it seems like I was doing things with you so perfect, and then we like started to have like a real relationship, and then it was just like you're like, no, you're not gonna take this back, like I'm just gonna gift you something. And I'm just like, yeah, it worked on me, it did it. And in saying that sounds like more of the judgment, like I'm just saying like it was relatable to our relationship, and it was just like it it gave me like I just have like more of this honesty and more of this like I remember you, for being the guy that gave me the first bouquet of my relationship, and it's just like so what these other guys like, can I even explain what it's like for them to be jealous? Like, no, it's just like eh, they weren't that important to me, and I just was like really just taking it as like Chad, Chad, Chad. Oh my gosh, just I love you. And then I am just like, yeah, yeah, that's what it is. But I I'm just like, if I moved around on the map a little bit trying to figure out like, oh, let me cuddle you, let me hug you, let me like give you a back rub, let me just like uh we'll go on the beach or we'll go by the fireplace, or just like wherever we're gonna have our fun, wherever we're gonna have our romance, and still like, so was some of this not clean? I don't want to say that it's like up on anyone's pin, because like we have so much like straightened out and set in, and just like, so there's a map of New Orleans that you worked on with me, and I'm just like, but that's just like, yeah, so we have what is like more honestly called like dates and love and just like romance. Like it was just like I'm like, is there a way for me to not even having the intention to ruin, put something up on you that would make it so that there would be disaster. And I am asking this question really because I need to know, like, if someone is coming and they're like, oh, this must be like, I know who this is. Oh, let me tell you who this is. And then they say my name, and then I'm just like, whoa, I haven't been with you for a really long time. What are you talking about? Like, I closed the door on you, and I don't want to be with you, and I just don't have these same reservation of feelings for you. And it's like, they should be listening to that. Like, there should be enough for them to be like, oh, okay, and go their way. Uh, but if they're still coming back and they're still knocking on the door and they're still like, hey, I need to do something with you, I'm just like, goodness sakes, just like make a trade or be gone. And I am like, okay, calm down, calm down, calm down. Yes. That is just like, we are like in such a prosperous place most of the time. I felt like it was like always gonna be like that. And then it's just